What's going on, everybody? Dick Burns here, and someone brought to my attention a post made in the large Disney Lorcana Facebook group about opening a store. And it's probably because I used to own a store and I've worked at a lot of stores. So I'm going to go over this topic real quick because I know it's something that a lot of people are interested in. So here was the post. My husband and I are looking to open an LGS in our area, but I'm having the worst time trying to figure out distributors, wholesalers for cards. Can anyone point me in the right direction for distributors that accept brand new stores? Like no product, because we obviously haven't started yet, and not only online, but brick and mortar too. We have a shop in North Carolina, and we wanted to add cards too. Any help, much appreciated. This is also probably why it was sent in my direction because I am obviously born and raised in North Carolina, as everyone knows. So, Rob, he pretty much knows what's up. Pretty much all distros require pictures of the store. So, you need to get in the building, put some shelves up. If you don't have any products yet, put some bags of chips on the shelves. Some distros also require a copy of your signed lease or utility bill with the store address on it. Also, unless you plan to spend nearly 40K annually just with GTS, don't even bother applying with them. Unrelated, but thank you, Rob. Well, unrelated to this video, I should say. So let's see. So here is an application for a commonly used distributor. So you're going to want to check brick and mortar store only because Disney Lorcana is only sold to brick and mortar, unlike some other card games or board games. And you can see all the requirements right here. Upload a photo of the full outside storefront. This includes your store signage. You have to have a permanent sign. You cannot just rent a VFW, throw up a banner, and call it a day. Yeah. It's very lucrative to get a distribution account started, obviously. So they want to make sure that you are legitimate. You're going to need to get a permit for that sign. You're going to have a signed lease, stuff like that. Upload a photo of the inside of your store as entering the front door. Upload a photo of your point of sale counter area. There again, they want to make sure that you're not essentially just like in a flea market with a cash drawer under a table somewhere. I actually know some stores that are illegally run in a flea market. I don't know how they got away with it, but please don't shoot yourself in the foot. Do everything legit. Upload a wide angle view of the interior of your shopping area from the entrance. Upload a wide angle view of the interior of your shopping area from the back. Please provide a copy of your most recent full page utility bill that lists the business or owner name and service address. Please know if your landlord pays the utilities, please include a copy of your signed lease agreement. So, they got everything figured out. Oh, no, I can't get one. My landlord pays it. And then they're going to want to see where you sell your products if you sell stuff online, because with some games, there's something called MAP pricing, minimum advertised pricing, which MAP pricing is kind of like ATM machine, but I digress. And they're going to want to make sure that you're not breaking street dates. And, they might just go ahead and check when releases, especially when you're in a new store. Like, did you advertise correctly that you cannot ship brand new Disney Lorcana product for at least 2 weeks? Stuff like that. So let's see. They responded to Rob and said, "That's insanity to me. Leasing a whole building under a contract and putting it in all the work behind it to end up possibly being denied is crazy. There should be options available for new stores, even if the pricing is slightly higher. I have a shop in North Carolina, but it's not a card shop. It's a dispensary. LOL. I don't see me getting improved with that, but maybe I'm wrong." So, first things first, it is kind of insanity. Opening a business in general is insane if you think about it. It's worse than getting married in America. You can look at all the statistics. You will most likely fail. Not only will you most likely fail, the ceiling of this business is not very high. So you kind of have to be a little crazy to open a business. That's just the way it is. Your mind has to operate differently. You have to remove safety nets from your life, stuff like that. As far as the dispensary goes, Rob addresses this. Oh yeah, dispensary is not going to fly with Lorcana, Pokemon, and potentially other game lines. Lorcana store requirements documents specifically mention no tobacco, cannabis, nicotine, or firearm products allowed to be sold in the store. So this is readily available on Ravensburger's website. So you could screenshot it here and skip ahead if you want to. I will at least glance over most of this for anyone that's only listening to this. So hobby store requirements, they strive to have the best play experience, obviously. So your store is clearly recognizable as a retail location, primarily focused in hobby gaming. So essentially, you're not just like, oh, I have a random corner in my store that I could pretend is for gaming so that I can buy things at wholesale and flip it online, or so I can buy things at wholesale and flip it to my friends, open it for myself, stuff like that. Otherwise, if you were just random Joe Schmo who owned a coffee shop, you could just be like, oh yeah, that's the card game corner right over there. We totally run a business of trading card games here. Your store is fully constructed commercial property. It does not share space with another business. It's not nestled inside another business. So again, inside their cannabis shop, inside flea markets is a no-go. Again, I digress. I don't know how some of these places are pulling it off, but your store meets all laws. Yeah, obviously. Your store is well lit. All furniture, shelving, display, floors, windows, everything's clean and safe. Yeah. So again, you're not going to just rent out the random VFW. You're not going to pull a Spirit of Halloween and sign a 1 month lease and just throw in some 8-foot tables and say that's how you're displaying your products. You have to show them that this is going to be your life for at least the next year. You adhere and apply all relevant laws related to attendance of minors. Sure. Let's see. Your play space is open for business to the general public. You can't just open a store and give a key to your 8 best friends. You have to let people come in and play. Which again is kind of crazy when you see stores telling people, no, you're not allowed to play here because XYZ reason. But nothing seems to be done about it. So everyone legally works at your store. Yeah, this is all common stuff. Your store is sufficiently stocked with new sealed product from at least 2 of these categories. These items are professionally displayed. That goes with the other one of just, it's not going to be a fly by night business. You have to prove to them you're a professional. You're going to be representing their brand to some degree. That's just how it is. You have a dedicated phone number. Again, like if you just answer a phone, hey, hello, who's this? You're not just going to leave your cell phone. Yeah. Let's see. It goes on. You do not allow the use of illegal drugs in your store. You do not sell tobacco, nicotine, cannabis, or firearms in your store. You do not conduct and actively prevent others from conducting illegal activities in your store. Let's see. You have seating for at least 12 people. I think people might be surprised how little seating you actually do need. You have to have 1 bathroom or access to a nearby public bathroom. In addition to all of that, if you want to then run things like League and get League promos or run things like set championships, you're going to have to do even more. So you need to submit documentation, business owner's name, business and parent company names, copy of your business license, copy of your tax ID, a link to your website and all social media pages, a dedicated store email address, a dedicated store phone number, and you're going to have to make a video. You can't just like fake photos. You're going to have to make an actual video uploaded it to a website. You could restrict access so just they can see it, something like YouTube. And you're going to need a full view from the outside of your store, all of your displayed gaming product, all of your point of sale area, any part of your store that a customer can get to, including the bathroom. So yeah, it's a lot of hoops to jump through. Like, if you want to be in this business, you have to love this business or be crazy. That's just the facts. Yeah. Nothing against it. It's just the facts. So yeah, they then responded, sounds absolutely wild to me. How is a brand new store supposed to open with no product on the shelves? The intent makes sense, sure, but not for brand new retailers. I'm not going to lease a whole building, purchase a sign, displays, and then get rejected by these wholesalers. It's a fool's game. And I've got to agree. It is absolutely a fool's game. And guess what? When we did it, when I opened my store, we sourced all of our product from judges who were paid in product. We bought it secondhand because we didn't not have a resale agreement with Wizards of the Coast. We sourced our product from wholesalers online, the kinds of people that don't know that they're not making money, that are selling boxes for $1 over cost, and they think if they sell 1,000,000 boxes, they're going to be a millionaire. And we kind of just ate it. We just absolutely ate it. We knew we had a customer base already, which is one of probably 3 things that I think that you need if you're actually going to start a store. I think you either need a customer base already that is dedicated to you, that's willing to weather it took us about 4 months after opening the store to get distribution. The landlord didn't want to hear it. They still want their rent. So it took us about 4 months to get approved to be in like the Wizards Play Network. We just ran tournaments from day one, using online software. And the customers were good. That's all I could say. If you don't have the customers already, you're going to have money, and you're going to have to probably open this business just because you've always wanted to own a game store and you're willing to dump your money into it. Because if you don't have customers from day one, you're not going to be able to run tournaments. You're not going to be able to take photos of people in the store, showing this stuff off to you. You're not going to have sealed product to sell per se. So you're going to need to buy and sell used items. This business is not a high margin business. Most businesses, in fact, are not. And it's kind of the GameStop rules. If I ask you how much is a booster box worth, I guarantee you the vast majority of people who answer will say something around $100. Well, the cost of a booster box is around $91 before you factor in shipping or anything like that. So it's very much so the GameStop method. GameStop sells you a $60 video game. It costs them $55. They're just banking on the fact that they have such brand recognition and you're too lazy to sell the stuff on your own. So you're just going to come back and sell it to them used for nothing. And then they can sell it at a much higher profit margin. So you're going to need customers already that trust you, who are willing to sell you their stuff that you can resell. Or you're going to need to have the ability to burn money. Or 3, you're going to have to be crazy. You're going to just have to be like, you know what? I'm betting everything in my entire life that this is going to work, and it's probably not going to work. Especially if you haven't come from a business background and you just love card games and you think you're not going to have a job, when in fact it's going to be one of the most boring jobs you've ever had in your entire life. So that's one of 3 things you're going to need if you're actually going to start. But if you do jump through one of those 3 hoops into those 3 categories, one way that you can stock your shelves reasonably with sealed product, and what I think you absolutely You shouldn't just say to your distributors or Ravensburger, well, it's unfair, because they're just going to say, well, thousands of other stores figured it. So if you are actually dedicated to this, you're going to have to spend money. I've never really found a business that you don't have to spend money in order to make money. So one way to do that is just to buy the product secondhand. These prices. In fact, this Ursula return booster box is less than costs. Yeah. So if you're telling me you can't buy a Shimmering Skies box for 110 or an into the Inklands box for 115. Almost had a Dan moment there. An Azurite Sea box for 107. Yeah, if you're telling me you cannot buy this stuff and either break even in the tough times in the beginning or make a profit, why are you in the business? Why are you even starting? You're telling me you don't have the built-in customer base. You're telling me you don't have the disposable income to weather the storm. It's not going to be much different when you're paying $91 from the distributor and trying to sell it for 115 versus just paying the 115 and selling it to break even so that you can get the distributor. Yeah, you're not going to make a lot of money off the sealed product anyway. You're going to make your money off of the sleeves, the deck boxes. It's annoying when people say it, but the drinks and the snacks, like, they make money. Water is the highest profit item by far aside from bulk. So, yeah, that would be my suggestion. If you decide you fit into one of these three categories, you're going to open a shop and you're wondering, how do I stock these shelves? Just buy it at secondhand. Reach out on local Facebook pages. I mean, people put booster boxes, throw them in their closet all the time. So, like, hey, could you help me out? I'll pay you. You know, I'll pay you what it sells for on TCG Player minus 15%, so you don't have to do the fees and shipping, stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully this will be a continuing series going forward. And I wasn't making fun of anyone in this video, by the way. It's a very common question, and it just so happened that somebody shared this with me today. So thank you so much, everyone. And if you haven't yet, check out our Metafy. And with that, peace.